WrestleMania is a few weeks away. And honestly, this card keeps getting better and better. I can't even talk straight. I can't even think straight. I don't even know what I'm going to say. But honestly, this show is getting better and better. It's the show of all shows, the Super Bowl of wrestling. There's so many names you can think of. But honestly, a lot of them don't compare to this. Especially with some of the stipulations added, new matches added. We've been gone for a while not doing any of these. So I'll just go, just do a refresher, top of the card and the bottom of the card. Actually, no. Save the best for last. Do the bottom first. We have the tag team titles on the line as the tag team champions, Team Hell No, face off against Dolph Ziggler, the current Money in the Bank holder, and the debuting, and I've been waiting for this for a very long time, the debuting Big E Langston, of course with AJ Lee in the corner. Now, I normally don't predict what member of a team will win a match, but I'm going to, just for this occasion. It's the biggest show of the year, so why not go all out? But first off, though, I love Big E Langston. The guy is a fucking machine. Former NXT champion. The second one, I might add. Former FCW champion, former FCW tag team champion. The strongest man in all of Florida. You think of this guy as a young Mark Henry, you haven't seen anything yet. What the guy can do is brilliant. And I've been waiting for them to bring this guy up for a very long time, and it's about damn time they did last year. And with Team Hell No being mentally unstable in a way, but finally have reunited it and it feels so good, it's not going to happen. Just like, it won't be 18 seconds, I'll just say that much for Daniel Bryan. But it will be a slaughter. Case in point, Dolph Ziggler will win the tag team titles with Big E. But it may be a famouser, a big ending combo, but I will say this, Big E Langston will be standing tall, and you might even see him hit the big ending on Kane to have that extra impact. But speaking of Ziggler, actually I'll save that for later because he has the Money in the Bank briefcase with the world title match. I'll save that for later because obviously you know what I'm going to say. Now, the Shield was to face the team of Randy Orton, Sheamus, and Ryberg. It's not on here for some reason, but I'm going to go through it anyway. But the reason I said it is, before I go to this next match, this is not on here, obviously, you know, it's going to be happening at WrestleMania or Raw or whatever. Ryberg was took out of the match recently by Vicky Guerrero, or Brad Maddox, or whoever the fuck's running the show nowadays, with the current Bricky era, which is repulsive. Ryberg was taken out, but Big Show was brought in. And I was actually shocked about this, to be honest. Because Big Show, didn't he have an ironclad contract? Wasn't he untouchable? Didn't people hate him? This is WCW booking at its best, to be honest. But it works for the time being. Because the Shield is undefeated in 6-man tags. So what do? You get the Celtic Vipers and a Giant. I don't really know who's going to win this one. Normally I'd say fucking Shield, because you have Tyler Black, you have Jon Moxley, you have Dean Ambrose, you have the former Leaki and Roman Reigns, who is fucking impressive nowadays. And all of them former champions. They're the future of this business, where Orton's on the way out, probably for a third wilderness strike, which will never happen. Sheamus will have his moment, but not now. And Big Show, well, they had to put him somewhere. But speaking of Ryberg, over the past few weeks we've been having Ryberg and Mark Henry, the world's strongest nigga versus the man who wants to be fed more and more until he... I don't even know if he can be filled. The guy is like a fucking garbage disposal when it comes to competition. and with food. But this is a case of the immovable object versus the irresistible force. The other way around, but still. This is going to be great. I don't care who wins this one. Because to be honest, this one will be a pretty good match. Because Ryberg and Mark Henry, this will just be who's stronger. And I have to go with the world's strongest man. Because there's no way in hell he can pick him up for the shell shock. If he is, I would be fucking impressed. Now, for a match that's been building for the weeks I've known about. And why does Triple H have the fucking Bobby Roode cut? I don't know why, but it looks weird on him. Anyway, Triple H versus Brock Lesnar. Excuse me, I burped a little bit. I almost said Bork. But yes, Triple H signed the contract, and we don't know the stipulations. Well, we do, but he didn't. And Paul Heyman, the evil mastermind that he is, brought him in, even bled on Raw, which is amazing. It was like a little bitty welt on the top of his forehead. It was weird, but it was awesome. Then Brock came out and had a brawl. But now we know the stipulations. Stipulation number 1, no holds barred. And stipulation number 2, the most important one of all, if Triple H loses, he must retire. And honestly, I thought last year with the end of the era match, I thought that he'd be retired for good. And, well, proved us wrong. We're going to have one last match in the spotlight. And this is hard to pick because at one point I'm thinking, this is Triple H, he'll fucking bury Lesnar like he buries everyone. But at the same time, he needs to retire eventually. With him being the COO of the WWE or whatever permission, or CEO or whatever, I think he's both, but I don't know. He can't go on forever. I mean, look at his body. It looks like Jersey Shore fucking puked on his chest in his promo picture, which is disgusting. His hair looks like Vince's, which is even weirder because it looked like Bobby Roode's a few months ago, and then he got it shorter. What the fuck is wrong with you? I don't know what's wrong with you at all. Plus, that nose always disturbs me a little bit here and there. But overall, Triple H will lose. Be the end of his career, and he will pretty much take over Vince McMahon, which should have happened a long time ago. But he's been doing good for the business, so, this is his way out. And speaking of a way out, I'm going to cut this because I have a lot to say about this next match. God help me.